Comics Forge again. I kind of wanted to go through and cover this interesting new story I found from Terry Moore called Rachel Rising. What happens when you can't die, right? And this is the interesting part about it. The two main characters that are in this can't die. They keep on dying, but they really can't die. So you have witchcraft, you have sorcery, you have a bunch of people that are really generally angry, and then two people that can't die. It's just kind of interesting, right? As you're following the two characters that can't die and how they go through and they do their thing and they go through their lives. And then you end up with this really amazingly cool horror murder mystery that is like, oh my God, I can't believe he actually wrote this. So Terry Moore actually did this a really good job with this amazingly nice storyline of you have two people that can't die, you have a child serial killer, you got a couple other people involved in this, and they're all trying to figure out which way they go and who's dead and why they're dead and why they can't die or why they should die, or otherwise trying to just take on things that are kind of horrible along the way. So you get some really good mystery here, you get some really good horror. Again, when you saw the Satan in the window kind of thing. So just kind of this neat little storyline, this neat little package wrapped up in a bunch of trade paperbacks, a bunch of graphic novels that are definitely worth watching. And definitely worth reading. It's definitely worth checking out just because it is such an interesting storyline to go along with it along the way. So you end up with all these kind of creepy situations, which is are delightful when you get in there. So definitely this is definitely a 4-star, probably a 5-star comic book as I'm kind of digging my way through it. It's part of Comixology's Unlimited, or you can go buy a copy at your local comic book store, which I highly recommend, keeping things local, or of course on Amazon or wherever you want to go. Definitely worth checking out though, right? It's definitely worth taking it for a quick read on Comixology and then taking it out and seeing if you actually want to buy the comic book itself. I'm probably just going to leave it at Comixology just because it is interesting, but yeah, it's just a little too weird around the edges at times, but I think that's essentially where Terry Moore was trying to go with this, was to make it kind of creepier around the edges, a little bit of Halloween feel to this in a lot of ways. So definitely worth checking out, definitely worth going by and taking a look at it, whether you read it on Comixology or whether you buy the physical copy. It's worth supporting. And again, Terry Moore, beautiful artwork, good lettering, all the normal things that we're seeing are becoming really standard in a lot of the more prosaic comic books that we see along the way. So definitely go ahead and check this one out. It's just been a really bizarre read, and honestly, I'm really glad I had the opportunity to read it. That's it. That's me. That's Dan at Comics Forge, and stand by for more comic book reviews.